Authorities are asking for any information on a man who's accused of assaulting his wife of 59 years. They said he was last seen wearing a blue shorts and a tattoo of a turtle slapped across his forehead. They said that the public should be on the lookout because he's armed and very dangerous.
I believe every day there's another assault on someone. When will this cruelty ends? I really don't understand all the need for this senseless stuff. Good Lord, please help us.
Ava, that's why I don't really watch too much news. All this assaulting for what? Anyways, Ava, I want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever stolen anything ever in your life before? Because I don't understand why some people do the things they do, and especially if they're an older person who should really knows better, or at least try to set better examples.
What are you talking about, Marie? No, I've never, ever, with my wee bit of time on this planet, has ever stolen before. And I don't intend to do so now. So, do you have something you want to share with me, Marie? Have you stolen something?
No, I have not, and I don't intend on starting either. It's just that this 86-year-old grandmother was arrested a couple of days ago for stealing a 3-ounce bottle of cooking oil.
A grandmother! Who should have known better? Oh, I'm sure that must have really caused a big scene. To see an old person her age being arrested in handcuffs for stealing a tiny bottle of oil. It was not even a big gallon bottle, but a tiny little bottle that even a newborn could carry. She decided to risk her entire life and reputation for a 3-ounce bottle. What could go any wronger?
That's what I said too. According to the story I heard from everyone, she was home frying chicken legs for her twin grandsons, Max and Alex, who was both turning 17 when she realizes that she didn't have enough oil to finish the legs. Instead of asking one of her 3 daughters or other older grandkids to grab her a bottle at the store, she decided to go herself. And that's when police says she grabbed the oil off the shelf, placed it into her wireless bra, and ran out using her walker.
She's one bold old lady. She must have had something very strong holding up that little 1920s bra. I'm surprised that it was able to hold up such heavy stuff. Did she really have to steal that oil? I'm sure she's not that broke. Mercy me.
No, she did not have to steal. Guess she was just fed up. And according to the story, they said that at one point in her life, she had 22 different husbands, and they all died leaving her with money. So she's not penniless or broke. She probably just doesn't like spending her own money.
22! What type of a woman was she? Who the hell marries 22 people? She probably changes one every 2 years. I'm not mad at her. If that's how she rolls, then that's how she rolls. Okay, I see. She sounds like one of those people who has their money. Loads and loads of it. And instead of borrowing from themselves until they're able to put it back, they borrow from someone else with the intention of not wanting to repay. And when it's time to repay the person, it seems hard for them to give it back. You know those kind of people I'm talking about, Marie?
Yay. I've dealt with people like those before, as if they want to cause problems with you over your own shit. So, when the store clerk realizes what she did, she tried to stop her. But instead of complying like any 86-year-old person should or would do, she instead hit the store clerk with her walker and hurried off to her taxi. That was waiting outside.
So she's a thief and a UFC fighter at the same time. At her age, no grandmother should be behaving that way. I mean, she could be anybody's grandmother. It feels a bit embarrassing to know that someone so old could do things like that. She's not setting any example for the young women that are coming up, or even her 2 young grandkids.
No, she's really not. And it's appalling. So, the clerk called the police, and immediately, 2 of them came just in time before her taxicab drove off. She tried to hit the police with her cane, but that wasn't working because they were not trying to fight with, according to them, some old lady who they believed could have been their own grandmother, if not great-grandmother.
I don't blame them. It wouldn't look right to fight with an elderly person. They did the right thing by not trying to hit her back. That would have looked both awful and abusive on their part. I'm glad neither of our grandparents behaved in such disgusting, awful, or indecent manner. Maybe they had class.
And they still have class after all those years. So tell me about it. So they then yanked her out of the car, asked her about the oil she has stolen, and why she decided to steal at her age. Her reply was that she's old enough to do whatever the heck she wants to do, steal, stole, stolen, whatever she pleases, and it was none of their damn business.
She's not just a bold thief. She sounded like one feisty beldam. She sure knows how to take matters into her own hands. I pity her. Hope that's something she will not dare to do again. But I'm not putting my money on that one.
Well, she told them that her 2 grandsons needed a bigger birthday party than the ones their friends had, because, according to her, they only had boxed juices that was like 3 years old and chips that had lost their crunchiness and flavor. She also says she took the oil only because she believed that for a bottle so small, it was just too darn expensive, and that they were the ones trying to steal from an elderly lady.
A badass granny, I see, trying to get away with theft. And maybe murder, too. Who knew? I never expect to hear stories like this, but then again, we all are just humans after all. We sometimes makes terrible mistakes. And at times, the mind works in a messed up sort of way. I really see her. I feel her.
The police told her that's no reason to steal, and he would have to take her down to the station for the night. Her reply was, "So, what will I do during the day, Mr. Officer, while I wait for the night?" His reply was, "Ma'am, you're spending both day and night at the jailhouse, and I'm glad you're someone else's grandmother and not mine's, because I would surely give you a good discipline and another night in jail."
For someone who had committed the worst theft of the century, she sure got a feisty streak about her. I'm certain her daughters can't talk to her either. She's really something else. But in the meantime, she's still a little embarrassing for an 80-plus-year-old woman.
So she was locked up for that entire day, then released the following morning with a warning. Not to repeat that same old mistake twice, because according to the officer, the next time, she'll have to spend more than 1 day in jail, to which her reply was, "Jail is in my DNA, sir. My great-grandmother was jailed 5 times. My grandmother was jailed 24 times. My grandfather was jailed once. He was a good man. My mother and father was jailed as a couple 6 times. And even my donkey Sassy and Cat Bits was also jailed once." She then continued, "So, officer, do you believe that warning will help me?"
Say that it ain't true, Marie. I like her true self. She doesn't mince words. This is the wildest story ever told by you, Marie. I can't even find the right words to express myself here. She's a thief. That's number 1. She's definitely a badass lady. That's number 2, and she really doesn't give a crap about anything that anyone has to say. That's a triple wow. The entire family, including the pets, did not escape jail either. I wonder if any of her own kids have ever been jailed too. It sounds like they're one messed up family. She's a fearless vixen for sure. My gosh.
Yeah, so they let her spend the night, released her the next morning. And when she got home, she apologized profusely to her grandsons for spoiling their day, which they forgave her and thanked her for trying to make their birthday special.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would ever want to thank my own grandmother after knowing that she tried to steal just to make that birthday wish comes true. That's something I can't really understand. She was trying to help, yes, by giving them the best of the best, but I'm not sure if I would want to thank her, though, knowing she had just stolen from a store and was locked up for it.
Well, Ava, sometimes we have to forgive and move on. I'm sure she regretted her actions, hopefully. She's not getting any younger. I hope she changes her ways. But then again, isn't she too old for her to change any type of ways?
I hope so. She's not too old to not know better. I just hope she shows some remorse and apologize to the twins. as you said, because she wouldn't want them to take on the family hustling or trade.
Not sure if that's a trade, but it sure sounds more like a hustle to me.
I know, they gotta work it out. It might not be an easy fix, but they gotta work on it. Because as you just mentioned earlier, the twins can't grow up and continue this family tradition. I hope not. Well, Marie, I've gotta run. I have my hair appointment at 1:45, so I'll catch up with you, girl.
I have to run myself. I have to go with Jessica to the mall. She and her family is traveling to see their grandparents. It's the grandmother's 97th birthday, so we'll catch up later.
Okay, talk to you later.